Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic week. Recently a subscriber asked me to do a video on what is there to do in Ocho Rios and Jamaica and as a cruise port. So I thought I would tell you some ideas that I had coming up right after this. Right off the bat, we have to talk about Dunn's Falls. It's the #1 tourist attraction in the area. Everybody goes there, so keep that in mind. It can be slippery, it can be a steep climb if you're not very good mobility-wise. Also, if you're picturing yourself by yourself, relaxing in a pool, taking selfies, getting your photo taken in a pool, surrounded by the waterfall. Yeah, it's not normally like that. It's pretty crowded there. It can have huge lineups, and the lineups can wave all the way up Dunn's Rivers Falls from the start of the day all the way to the finish of the day. So if you're thinking it's going to be you by yourself, you probably might want to think again. Another really good thing that you could do if you're a little more adventurous and physically fit is do an ATV or a 4x4 excursion through the rainforest. You get to get up higher, you get to travel through the area. Once you're up high, you can sometimes get some great vistas up there if you're a photographer and just want to see the scenes and the nature around the area. It adds a little bit of action, a little bit of fun, and you get some great views while you're on it. If you're not quite that adventurous, how about a nice leisurely catamaran cruise around the coastline of Jamaica? You could add snorkeling into it if you wish to, or you could just stay on the catamaran. Some of them offer lunches, some of them will offer champagne on board. Lots of different options while you're in the area, but you can just cruise around the coast and soak up some sun if that's something you're looking for. Again, if you're a little more physically fit and a little more adventurous, how about the Blue Mountain downhill bike ride? Now you'll notice I said downhill because what they'll do is they'll drive you up to the top of the mountain and you basically ride and coast your way down past waterfalls, flora, nature, some great scenes. You can see possibly see the cruise ship from up there on your way around as well. And it's not as strenuous as going up, but you are on a bike and you do have to pedal. It's not going to make its way all the way down. So keep that in mind. It's a little bit strenuous, but not as severe as you would think when you hear mountain bike ride, because it's majority of it's all downhill. Another really great one, especially if you're a photographer or just looking for maybe something unique, is if you're there during the evening, if you don't have to be back on board by 5 o'clock and you can go into the evening hours, head to the Luminous Lagoon, or maybe an overnight trip, or if you happen to stay at a hotel when you're in Jamaica. The Luminous Lagoon is pretty amazing. It doesn't just glow in the dark. That's not what when you think. It actually lights up as you move through the water. So as you move your hands back and forth, that causes the luminous effect. Don't ask me exactly what causes it, but it's really neat to be there. And if you happen to be there on a rainy night, it's such an amazing thing to see rainfall in the water because each splash ignites the water into a colorful splash of light. And it's pretty cool to see that. So if you're ever there at night or you ever get a chance, definitely head down to the Luminous Lagoon. Feel like still taking a dip, a little bit of an adventure, but you don't want the crowds that are there at Dunn's Falls? Well, why not head to the Blue Hole? It's a beautiful little area that you can get off to. It's usually not as crowded. You can high dive off the water cliffs if you want. There's a rope swing out that you can swing into the lagoon and basically just have a nice, cool, relaxing dip and almost feel like you're on your own private deserted island, just you and whoever happens to be on your tour with you. For all you nature buffs out there who just want to get close to as many animals as you can, why not head to Dolphin Cove? The experience there is really well run. They have dolphin swims or just dolphin shows, but you can get right up close to the dolphins. It's always a fan favorite for kids. Kids love being able to swim with the dolphins, and the trainers there are really great for making sure that you have a good time and being able to interact with the animals while not putting a lot of stress on the animals as well. So you can tell when an animal is okay doing what it wants, but if they have to call it over and over and over and over and it doesn't want to come, they don't do that. They'll let it be by itself. They're not going to overstress the animal. They're going to let it be on its own, which is one thing that I really admired when I was there at Dolphin Cove. There's also a place called Rainforest Adventures. From there, you can do like cool runnings, the toboggan race down the hill where you can even see the ship from up there. You have blue tube rafting through the waters. You have a zip line course, and you can just walk around and see different things in nature. So there's all kinds of things to do in the Rainforest Adventures. If you head up in that direction, you can basically do one, two, or all of it, whatever your heart's content. Another place to get close to nature and take a look at some of the beautiful scenery around is the Enchanted Garden and Aviary. There you'll see kind of like a little miniature version of Dunn's Falls. You won't be able to climb it up there, but it's a waterfall nonetheless. And there's a bird aviary where all kinds of macaws and birds of all colors will be around. And the fauna there has a wide variety of different flowers that are always in bloom in Jamaica. And if you're just looking for beauty and relaxation, that is a wonderful place to spend an afternoon and just walk around the grounds. And lastly, most people are looking to go to a beach of some sort of in Jamaica. Of course, they're known for beaches. It's beautiful beaches. One beach to maybe get away from a little bit of the crowds would be one that's off the beaten path a little bit, but it's still kind of well known, but very rarely is it crowded or overcrowded, except maybe during a blues festival or reggae festivals that they hold on the beach once in a while. This beach, it's called James Bond Beach, and that's right. It's because one of the films from James Bond was actually filmed on this beach. They do have memorabilia. I mean, their cabin there for ordering the bars and the drinks and food is Moonraker Tavern, so James Bond reference, but it's not in your face. You might see a colorful sign saying a James Bond name of something, but it's not all over the place. You don't have to worry that you're going to be inundated with just James Bond music playing on the speakers and all that. No, it's nothing like that. It's just James Bond Beach, and it tends to not be as crowded as many of the others, yet it's still a really nice beach with crystal clear water. So if that's your idea of spending a good afternoon or a good day in Jamaica, why not head off to James Bond Beach? And you can say, I was on the beach where they filmed James Bond movies. So there you go. There's just a few things that you can do from Jamaica, Ocho Rios, Falmouth, all those areas around there. You can basically do a lot of things. You just have to look for them. You don't have to stick to the tourist traps. There's also food tours and shopping tours. And there's all kinds of history things to do. So, don't be afraid to Google it and find out exactly what suits your taste before going there. Don't necessarily just rely on the offerings from the cruise ships. If you feel adventurous and you have enough time to make sure you're back to the ship before it leaves, check out Jamaica, because there are a lot of fun things to do. I hope you liked the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world, hit that subscribe button. Till next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.